Have you been looking for a powerful but compact battery bank for your devices? In today's video, we're going to unbox the Anker PowerCore 13000 and take a quick look at what it has to offer. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is Andrew from T is for Tech. And I've been looking for a replacement battery bank for charging my iPhone or my Samsung Galaxy Note 9, kind of when I'm on the road and traveling. And I used to have an Anker USB battery pack a few years back that I've had. It still works. I actually got it maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it works fine. I think it was like a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and my daughter went to high school. She needed something to charge her phone and just to have as an emergency in case she needed it. So I gave that to her, and then I basically have been looking for a new one for myself. And I did a kind of an evaluation. I was looking mostly at some of the other Anker bigger batteries, like the 20,000 milliamp hour or the 26,000 milliamp hour. And, you know, I almost pulled the trigger on one of those just because I like the idea of having a lot of extra capacity. But really for the day-to-day stuff that I'm doing, I figured, you know, I would rather go with something smaller and lighter. And if I need something bigger for longer travel, I may pick one of those up later. But I just don't see the point in carrying something huge around every day when I really probably don't need it. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing here. Anker has good boxes, nice boxes, kind of looks Apple-esque sort of thing. Feels kind of like an Apple box would feel. So let's take a quick look at what you get. This is America's leading USB charging brand, faster charging with industry-leading technology, and you got a lot of happy customers apparently. And really, well, let's see. I'll set this aside. What else do we have in here? Got a little box with some accessories. Box with some accessories here. A little kind of mesh looking bag. I don't know if you can see, kind of see through it. Soft, not too substantial, very lightweight. So that's a nice little carrying case. Got your micro USB cable for charging. And what else do we got here? Some materials, welcome guide, that information. All right, so let's see here, and this is just some plastic wrap. And this, first impressions is, this is really pretty small. Pretty lightweight, I would say, very lightweight actually, compared to some other battery banks that I've had and used in the past. So basically, PowerCore 13000, the model number is A1215, has a capacity of 13,000 milliamp hours. So it's 46.8 watt hours. Has a 5 volt input at 2 amps and can output 5 volts at 3 amps. With a 3 amp max on each port, and it has 2 ports on it. So that's good. That's basically it. There's a serial number, some other information there. What I like about this is that it does have an LED indicator, kind of indicating the amount of charge left in the battery pack itself. The old one I had like a circular, kind of like a circular, power meter, which had a little bit more granularity because it did show like, here I would imagine this is like in 25% increments. So, 25, 75, 50, 100. The other one had a little bit more granularity, but it didn't really matter because for me, it's just like, is it charged or is it not charged? Is it half gone or almost gone? Do I need to charge it back up? That sort of thing. So that doesn't really matter to me. One of the things, it was a little bit of a mixed bag, I think, when I was looking at these on Amazon, in that some of the other ones had USB-C inputs and maybe more multiple outputs. But for my use, I wanted something fairly small, lightweight, and I really only needed like 2 outputs because most I'm going to be charging probably my phone and then maybe something else like an accessory. But I don't think I'm going to be trying to charge a bunch of different things with this. That's not the intent. Now, they do have some other ones that you can probably charge 3 devices plus a big iPad and all kinds of stuff like that. But like I said, I'm looking more for just something that's, small, portable, but also packs, a significant amount of energy. And I'm going to flip over to the computer and maybe we'll go over some more of the stats of this and the specs on the Anker itself. But I just wanted to do a quick unboxing here on this part of the video, just so you can see what comes in the box. So not much. So basically, like I said, you get the device, you get a USB, a micro USB cable, and a case. So here I've just jumped over to the Anker website and the information page for the PowerCore 13000. Has a lot of good reviews on Anker as well as Amazon, and that's one of the main reasons I actually got the thing, is because it did have a lot of good reviews, and it has some good fail-safes, capabilities, charging capacity, and all of that. So let's take a couple look at a few of the pictures. This, I believe, because I did have, like I said, maybe it wasn't another 13,000 milliamp hour battery, but it was a prior version Anker battery that was only 10,000 milliamp hours, and this is significantly smaller than that. And I have seen some other ones that are quite big, and this is, when they say 30% lighter, I do believe that, because it is pretty light. One of the things I like just about Anker that I think is maybe a little bit different than some of the other cheap ones, cheap battery power banks that you can get on Amazon, is that when you're talking about something like a battery power bank, you're going to be charging it in your house, you're going to be taking it with, you want something that's going to be reliable but also not going to fail or like explode on you. Because you've heard all the horror stories of somebody charging their battery thing and the battery catches on fire and all of that, and some of those like cheap brands on Amazon that are like $10, $15. I don't really know, right? Like some of that stuff, no name, no brand, I wouldn't trust it, actually. So the fact that Anker does have a lot of technology built into it to kind of protect the device from overheating or too much voltage going in or overcharging and all that, it's really nice. And it does feel good to your hand. It has that matte finish, like they say here. It's plastic, but it does feel pretty nice. And then basically they have, their Power IQ technology, their voltage boost technology, which basically means on some of the devices that accept faster charges, this Anker will be able to supply the power that they need to charge at that faster rate. So that's nice, because on the newer Samsung devices and iPhones and all of that, you don't want to plug it into something that's going to have a real slow charge rate, and then it's going to take forever to charge your battery. So this is another thing I like. So they said iPhone 6s, 5 charges, Galaxy S6, 3.5, or you can charge an iPad Air once. So I have an iPhone XS Max, so that's probably going to not be 5 charges, but even if I got like 3 charges out of it, I think that would be good for what I would possibly need, to have the backup power. Yeah, so that's a little bit about that at the highest level. Like I said before, it's 13,000 milliamp hours, high capacity, high speed charging,
Blah, 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 blah. And as you saw in the actual unboxing portion of this, you basically get the charger, a USB cable, and a travel pouch. You don't get a wall adapter, which is something I kind of wish they would have, kind of packed along with it. But I mean, what are you going to say? I've got a million of those things around the house, so it doesn't really bother me that much. So that's all I got for this video. Links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.